I'm really surprised that dumbass Giuliani could come up with an answer on this, but I'm not really much of a Faux News fan because Faux News doesn't report on on real news, and they're not even a real news. They're a propaganda entertainment channel. So so Faux News host Janine Dumb Cunt Pirro confronts dumbass Giuliani to reveal evidence of Biden's alleged corruption, and he couldn't come up with an answer. So Faux News host Janine Dumb Cunt Pirro repeatedly pressed 45's dumbass personal lawyer Rudy Dumbass Giuliani, questioning why he has not yet revealed evidence he has claimed to have showing alleged corruption by former Vice President Joe Biden. That's because it doesn't exist. That's why. Although Pirro has been one of 45's staunchest dick writers, regularly attacking Democrats and dismissing their criticism of the squatter, the controversial opinion show host appeared on Saturday evening to question whether dumbass Giuliani actually had the evidence he has claimed to have. In response, Giuliani insisted he had already revealed what he knew of Biden's alleged corruption, though he did not. 45 has long been a big Joe Biden has long been a big crook for most of his career. You're describing 45, not Biden. Giuliani claimed during an interview on Justice with dumb cunt Janine. Every time Biden was a point man, you know what happened. The Biden family made millions and America got sold out. That's what 45 is doing with us right now. He's selling us out. Cutting him off, Pirro said, okay, and we need to have the evidence. Do you have evidence of that? Dumbass Giuliani insisted that he has evidence. I've been showing them the evidence for months. No, you have not. But Pirro seemed skeptical, asking, can we see the evidence, Rudy? Can we? Giuliani again insisted that dumbass Giuliani already insisted again that he already revealed the evidence, which he did not, saying he put it out there in April and also in March. Technically, I watch news a lot, and it was not ignored because we know you didn't put it out there. The lawyer said it had been played on Faux News, but Pirro seemed to disagree. That's because, again, Pirro cut off, dumb cunt Pirro cut off 45's lawyer. All right, you know what, Rudy? I'd love you to send it to me, and I'm gonna lay it out, which he couldn't do. Pirro then tried to promote, dumbass Giuliani then again tried to promote coverage of the alleged Biden conspiracy by the far right One American News Network, which is also not even a real news channel. And he says, no, she said, no, send it to me, she said, as dumbass Giuliani continued to promote a podcast he would do with Owen about the allegations. Dumbass Giuliani and 45's primary piece of evidence, which they claim points out Biden's corruption, and is a video of the current Democratic presidential candidate talking about how he convinced the Ukraine government to fire former Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin. That's really not really corruption right there. While 45 and his supporters have argued that this was to benefit the business dealings of Biden's son Hunter, who sat on the board of Burisma Holdings, the fact tells a different story. Shokin was widely seen by the U.S. government, European leaders, and anti-corruption groups in Ukraine to be obstructing numerous corruption investigations in Ukraine. In fact, some analysts have already suggested that Shokin's removal actually made it more likely that investigations into alleged corruption at Burisma would move forward, not less likely as dumbass Giuliani and 45 have claimed. Ethics experts have noted that the optics of Biden's son serving on the board of a prominent Ukrainian company, while his father was former President Barack Obama's point man on dealing with the country, looked poor. However, there is no evidence that the former vice president's actions in Ukraine veered from official U.S. government policy toward the country to benefit his family. Dumbass Giuliani has repeatedly told reporters and television hosts that he has significant evidence laying out the Biden's family corruption, which he doesn't. Despite those claims, he has primarily just revealed claims by Shokin, who was widely viewed as corrupt himself, and not the Bidens. 45's efforts to pressure Ukraine to announce investigations into the unbounded claims against the Bidens was at the center of the impeachment inquiry led by House Democrats last year. The investigation led to 45 becoming only the third squatter in U.S. history to be impeached. Now the impeachment process has moved to the Senate, where the squatter is standing trial for alleged abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Okay, that's the story for right now. Now, if you want to follow me more, and learn more about anything that I do, you could follow me on Twitter at my Twitter channel called Ryan Van Wyk 19, or you could follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Now, I haven't been using Facebook a whole lot lately, but I spend more time on Twitter and YouTube more than I do anything, so you can follow me on any of those. And if you like what you see, just subscribe and make a comment if you want.